It can be hard sometimes when deciding exactly what you want when it comes to creating your first short film. You can run into problems such as scheduling issues, lack of time, and even writer's block. In this short video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own short film. 1. Deciding on your theme. When I was creating my first short film, I wanted the emotions and the style of my film to be dark, lonely, and insightful. For this, I started rereading books of my favourite authors to develop my writing style and that would benefit me when it came to writing the first drafts of my script. Authors such as Ottessa Moffat and Sylvia Plath, and their most popular books, My Year of Rest and Relaxation and The Bell Jar. 2. Looking into movies and directors that inspire you. For me, what helped was rewatching movies that inspired me, one of them being Fight Club. The grainy dark cinematography used in the David Fincher film, Masterpiece, inspired me heavily with the lighting that I used in my film. As the emotions and the themes in Fight Club are about self-expression and manic behaviours, the dark blue and green tones capture this perfectly for me, and I incorporated this into my film. Another thing that helped me create the look for my short film was studying my favourite movie stills, which leads me into something called 3. Storyboarding. What is storyboarding? By definition, storyboarding is a sequence of drawings, typically with some directions and dialogue, representing the shots planned for a film or television production. To me, storyboarding is the most effective forms of seeing your film and figuring out your vision by playing around by swapping scenes to which works best for you and your short film. For me, I use an app called Pinterest for this. Pinterest is a creative discovery image page that allows you to search images, create boards that recommend you idea pins based on your searches and the images that you save. For example, a movie still that I used for one of my film boards at the start of my idea process, I got using Pinterest. I would use Pinterest and download pins of movie stills from Wes Anderson's film, The Grand Budapest Hotel. I think Pinterest is a great app, especially for brainstorming ideas for your film. You can experiment with looks on your stories by drawing or downloading images as I did and copy the scene sequence into my script. Another similar brainstorming idea, like storyboarding, is 4. Mood boards. This would be one of my favourite forms of brainstorming for creating your short film, as you can add imagery that relates to location, props, colour, and character style. A mood board in itself is when you mash together text relating to the film you want to create with pieces of material and images to create your concept. Again, with Pinterest, it is perfect for this. On Pinterest, you can create something which is called pin boards. In these boards, you can add various amount of images that relate to the elements you want in your film, and it's always something to go back on. From my experience when creating my short film, I used mood boards as a way to figure out the personality of my main character in my short film. Here is just one example of a character mood board I created for a character in one of my scripts. In this board, I added clothing that would have suited the time period that my character was set in, and locations that suited the surroundings in my script. With these mood boards and added images, it helps me see everything come to life in my head. Next topic, which isn't a necessary step to follow during the brainstorming process, but helped me, was 5. Music. When creating mood boards and trying to get a feel and understanding of my film, I like to listen to music that I think my character would listen to. I would create a playlist on Spotify and add it throughout my entire process to help me creatively. For my short film, my character's name was Gwen Evans, and the title was called Hear Me Out. While looking at the images in my character mood board for her, I added certain songs that fit the theme of her personality. 6. Writing the first draft of your script. This can be daunting, but it's important to remember the first script you write won't always be the script you finally go ahead with. It took me about 3 different scripts with multiple chops and changes until I decided on the script that suited me best. One step is to allow room for mistakes. When making my short film, one thing that restrained me was time. When writing my scripts, I was making my film too complex by making the scripts too long and complicated. They were all over the place. It is important that you follow a structure. One thing that helped me when writing the screenplay was reading other screenplays. The one that I read was Greta Gerwig's 2019 Little Woman. By doing this, you can get a realistic feel and understanding of how a movie script is meant to look like, especially reflecting on how dialogue is written alongside screen directions. A website that helped me with this is a script writing tool called Celtex. Celtex is a media pre-production software designed for creating and organising media products, like screenplay, films, videos, and stage plays. This site heavily helped me when it came to writing the first couple drafts of my script, as it perfectly organises the screenplay structure, giving you the freedom to write. 7. Minimal locations. If you're new to making short films and don't have a massive budget to spare, it's best to consider locations that are cost effective and simple to shoot in. For my short film, I used 2 main locations: a forest and my own house, using 2 rooms to shoot my scenes in. It will be helpful in the long run to make you think more creatively with lighting and developing your story. 8. Think of your target approach. A lot of the time you'll hear famous directors talking about write a movie that makes you feel inspired or make a movie that makes you feel emotional. But for me, when creating a short film, it has to be something you're passionate about, what makes you want to watch the film yourself, which kind of relates to figuring out your target audience. For me, my target audience was myself. When you're creating something that you feel deeply personal about, you tend to feel that way. At the end of the day, you have to allow yourself to learn by making mistakes and trying new things that work for you. I hope this was helpful.